Chronological Bible in a Year, day 205. We're now catching up in Isaiah where we've been in Kings and Chronicles. The Assyrians are invading, and we're going to see how Judah and Israel respond, but now we get to see some things from Isaiah's point of view. But something that I skipped over in the Kings and Chronicles, I want to highlight now here in Isaiah chapter 36. When the Assyrian messenger came and spoke against them, they did not speak in their native tongue. They spoke in the tongue of the Hebrews so that those on the wall, those not doing business with them, would hear the threats, would hear the promises, and would perhaps turn on their king. And one of the key arguments they made is found here starting in verse 18. Beware that Hezekiah does not mislead you, saying, "The Lord will save us." Has any one of the gods of the nations saved his land from the hand of the king of Assyria? Where are the gods of Hamath and Arpad? Where are the gods of Sepharvaim? And when have they saved Samaria from my hand? Who among all the gods of these lands have saved their land from my hand, that the Lord would save Jerusalem from my hand? The people did not respond to this because A, they were already doing a pretty poor job following God, and B, all the other gods had failed because, after all, they weren't gods. From the Judeo-Christian point of view, there is one God, and then there is opposition against him. So all other gods are either non-entities or they are evil entities at war against God and thus in alliance with each other as the fallen angels. So when he's calling out these false gods, either they're people who'd secretly be in alliance against God, or they were just non-entities, things they worshipped that had no response. But they're threatening the real Lord God. They're threatening the real people of God. And now the problem that Assyria is going to run into is this God is real. And God has promised Israel and Judea they're going into exile. But we're going to see it's not going to be all sunshine and roses for Assyria. They're going to be the hammer God uses, but in their evil way to do so, a new hammer will then come and crush Assyria in the form of Babylon. And it's fascinating seeing how God is using these evil nations to rebuke his nation, which has turned to evil. And we've seen all of that drama leading up to now. So the question that I sit with is, how can we learn from these mistakes? What's a lesson we can take from the mistakes of Judah and Israel, as well as the mistakes from Assyria and the pending mistakes we'll see from Babylon and Persia and others? I'm looking forward to continuing Isaiah and visiting another psalm tomorrow. But until then, God bless.